passengers. Special announcement. New destinations have been announced. Please be advised and plan accordingly. All aboard. Attention, all passengers. Special announcement. New destinations have been announced. Please be advised and plan accordingly. All aboard.
Hello, everyone. I'm super excited to be here. It's Flutter Festival Akoko, and I'm super excited and really, really excited. Looking forward to this. That we'll be having Flutter Festival GDG Akoko today, and guess what? We have a lot of amazing people in the backstage that will be talking to us about some of the cool features about Flutter, and I believe it's going to be. I mean, you guys are going to enjoy every session around this event today. Welcome everyone to Flutter Festival again. Before we go into the next thing, this event is going to be very, very brave, and we love you guys to wait to the end of this event because there's super amazing opportunities, prizes to be won in the course of the event, and I don't want you guys to even miss any of it. So my name is Sukomi Jatuyi. I'm the community lead for GDG Akoko, and I have some other people, the organizers around for GDG Akoko on the stage today that will be talking to us on some of the things, around Flutter. And we have amazing speaker that will be telling us about some performance about Flutter, using Flutter to develop mobile applications. Let's get into it, guys. All right. Here we go. I'm super excited. I have our host. I'll be introducing the host, which is myself, and Nasi, which is the Women Tech Makers GDG Akoko. She's going to be joining me soon. Guys, don't slack on this because I know our vibe is just going off the roof about what the Flutter festival is all about, and I don't know how I can actually dish out everything she has for us. We have quite a lot of things, and I really want you guys to stay to the end. We'll be looking at what are the new things about Flutter and the performance about how Flutter has been. Before it started with just only mobile platforms, but now Flutter is everywhere. It's super amazing seeing a lot of things around Flutter. So, okay, I think social media hashtags today. We have just get on your phone. Get your phone beside you because there's going to be a prize to those people that will be that will be sharing their moment, the moment of this event on Twitter, on social media, and every other platforms to reach out to the whole world, telling them about Flutter Festival Akoko. I'm using the hashtag Flutter Festival, hashtag Flutter, and hashtag GDG Akoko. And also you can also add GDG Akoko at Meetslick and some of the organizers so that we can get to see your tweet quickly so that you'll be able to, qualify for the prize. Guess what? I don't want to give you guys the breakdown of all the prize that we have for you that you guys are looking forward to, to go with today. But let me just give you a little overview, which is we have some about 5-10 Flutter courses that you'll be going out with today. I have Nightwalker JS at Nightwalker JS. So you have those are the hashtag. Those people that you can tag in your tweet at Nightwalker JS. So about the prizes, we have Flutter courses by Angela Yu that you guys will be, I mean, you'll be going on with today. So I believe based on all this activity, be part of the event from the beginning to the end, and you will qualify for any of these prize. You will go home with one. Everybody's a winner. All right. So, all right. Introduction. So, what exactly are we doing today? Like I mentioned, like the video that you've just seen so far, I mean, at the beginning of this event, it talks about Flutter. And today, I'm happy to introduce to you Flutter Festival, where we'll be discussing super amazing features, a lot of things that Flutter has been doing the past few years, that it has been in existence since the time it has been created, and we are looking at celebrating the new milestone that Flutter has gotten to today. Yeah. Okay, our keynotes. So we're going to play a video. A video is going to come up about Flutter. So just some of the new things. Why before after the video, our speaker will come in. We'll have the first session where we'll be talking about the performance of using Flutter to build mobile applications, not just mobile applications, but because now Flutter is now available on cross-platform, which is I mean web desktop platforms as well. Yeah. So Slick, can you just give us the video why for the keynote session? Okay, sorry for the delay about the video. I think it's coming up. So some technical issues. Um, I think Flutter Festival, I mean, it's super. I mean, I can say there are a lot of things majorly for the mobile developers, not just only mobile developers. Okay, our video is up. So yeah, here we go. That's the what is new about Flutter, the keynote from Google I/O, the last Google I/O. So let's get into it. Okay, sorry. I think that there was audio kind of a technical issue around the video. Probably we bring that up after the first speaker, so we'll get to see these amazing things that was discussed at the Google I/O that was released for Flutter 2.2. Yeah. So without I think if you are just joining us, it's Flutter Festival GDJ Akoko. So if you are just joining us, do well to network. Let us see your comment. Let us see the interactions on the comment section on the chat. So let's see your interactions. Tell us where you're coming, where you are joining from. Also try to network with other people that will be on the comment section as well, that you guys can actually interact. Try to meet someone today, try to know what someone is doing. I mean, what they are building, what they are actually working on. So try to network with other people. So let's keep the interaction coming up on the comment section as I welcome the first our first speaker for today. As I welcome our first speaker for today. So okay, so here is going to be talking about optimizing cross-platform mobile performance using Flutter by the person of Joshua Arowolo. So a little bit of his profile. So Arowolo Joshua is a solution-oriented software engineer with a passion for solving problems with technologies. He currently builds mobile applications and constantly learning new technologies and sharing findings with colleagues. So sharing knowledge, that's all this is all about, community, right? So he currently works as a mobile engineering specialist at BT in the United Kingdom. Um, Join me, guys, to welcome Joshua Arewolo on. You can connect with Joshua on LinkedIn using those using those usernames and yeah, using those username and on Twitter too. So welcome. I mean, join me as I welcome Joshua to the stage. Um, okay, bringing him on stage. All right, Joshua, welcome to the stage. How are you doing today?
Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'm fine. All right, so
How,
hello everyone.
how is the weather over there?
Yeah, fair. It's
All right,
sunny
great.
here. Okay, hope you
I
are.
guess you're excited about your talk.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Okay,
Yeah.
so I can. Okay. Let me share my screen.
All right.
Okay.
Waiting for that.
Okay, is my screen visible?
We're bringing that to the stage. All right, your screen is visible now.
All right. Thank you.
Guys, it's Joshua. So I'm enjoying the session. Yeah.
Okay. So once again, hope everyone is doing well. So this evening we'll be having a discussion around optimizing cross-platform mobile app performance. So taking Flutter as case study. So definitely I would like to talk about what Flutter is. So what is Flutter? So Flutter is a UI software development kit developed by Google for those who are new to this particular uh, so it's known for building impressive natively compiled apps for mobile apps. So web now, desktop app using a single code base. So actually Flutter was originally developed for mobile application. Later it was extended to support platforms like web, Windows, Google, Visual OS, and Linux. So we have other cross-platform language that we can use to build mobile app, but this particular language we are talking about is um, very good, and I have been using it for a couple of years because it's easy to compile it to native code. So hardly will you know the difference between uh, building native app with Java, mobile app with Java native, and Flutter. So now, I think I've with the introduction to Flutter, I think I've been able to cover what Flutter is all about. To if you are just joining or if you are just hearing Flutter for the first time, so any developers that plans to launch a mobile app knows how important it is to have versions for both Android and iOS. So with this particular language called Flutter, framework, so to say, so you can build Android app and iOS app with a single code base. So that is the power of Flutter. Now we'll be talking about the how to optimize this particular language, the performance of this language. So that leads to this. Flutter apps are already highly optimized for speed, and this language is known for performance. To perform better than existing cross-platform applications. So we have other languages, such as other frameworks such as Xamarin, React Native, and many more. So there's a particular two-dimensional graphics engine called Scale that helps us to be able to relate with different kind of animations, touch events, scrolling with this particular Flutter language, framework. So why mobile apps performance is important? Everyone will agree with me that performance has to do with how fast or slow your app loads and how smooth certain features works. So the aim should always be the faster the better. So retention rate is very important. Talking about the mobile app development. So if you develop an app now, it's one thing for user to download your app. It's another thing for them to be able to reuse that app several times. So I said retention rate is a metric that measures how many users continue using your application after using it once or twice. So is it that they uninstall the app after when they have used it one or twice, or they will still continue to make use of the app provided the app is still serving them? So what are the factors we need to consider when we want to build a mobile app for applications for both Android and iOS? So you need to consider how you structure your code base. So proper error handling. So where you need to handle error exceptions, you need to handle it properly. And where you are writing your code, you need to complete. If you are writing a method, a function that will perform, let's say, that will make an API call. So it is expected of any developer to undo everything and make sure that you complete the factor that you need to consider. So I'll be talking about two important keywords in Flutter. So not only in Flutter, but it is very because you are talking about Flutter this evening. So I'll be talking about what we call plugins and package in Flutter. So plugin has been in existence for several years, as everyone is aware. So Flutter plugins are just wrapper on top of native apps, so such as Java, Kotlin. So you can build a plugin with Java, with Kotlin, or that is for Android. So if it is for iOS, you can build plugin with Objective-C or Swift. So mobile apps. For instance, if you want to access a sensor on the phone, the only way is to write a plugin. So let's say you are relating with NFC, so or you have a native feature that you need to integrate into your mobile app. So you need to write either plugin, or you consider a package if there is package that can perform the same function. So now we're still talking about the plugin that. So the API of plugin, talking about the language we used to write, to develop. I said earlier that Flutter is a framework. So there's a language behind Flutter which we call Dart, D-A-R-T. So the API of the plugin is written in Dart, and for both Android and iOS. So with the help of that, as a language to build, for Flutter, you'll be able to write a single cross-platform app that will function on both Android and iOS. So I have it here that we discourage plugins that only work for Android or on iOS, unless a task is only relevant to a single platform. Nowadays, we have a feature on Android and iOS, and we want the same feature to work on iOS. So how do we relate with such kind of scenario? You build a single plugin that will work on both Android and iOS. So any plugin that work for Android alone or iOS alone, so we discourage such kind of plugin because it will make your app heavier by developing a separate plugin for Android and at the same time developing a separate plugin for iOS. So that will lead me to package, to another keyword called package. So we have packages. So you write a package entirely in Dart. As I said earlier, that is also is a language that we use to develop Flutter, to program Flutter. So there's a website called pub.dev where if you go to pub.dev, so pub.dev, you see a lot of packages developed to make our work easier, and you don't need to write any native code provided you have a package to serve the same function. For instance, let's say you want to undo network connectivity on your app. So we have a package for network connectivity. Let's say you want to make API call. So you have a lot of packages you can use. You can use HTTP package, you can use DO package, and many more. So that is the power of packages and plugins. So I encourage us to use that packages. So what are the factors to consider when developing packages for Flutter apps? So I have it here that you don't write plugins because you are more comfortable with Objective-C or Swift or Java. Someone will ask me that, what is even this Objective-C or Swift? So if you want to develop a native iOS app, we use a language called Objective-C or Swift. The same thing applies to when you want to develop a native Android app, you use Java or Kotlin. But nowadays there's a framework that helps us to build both Android and iOS with a single code base, so which is Flutter. So maintenance across these stacks is more difficult if we are building a separate project. So that means you need a separate Android developer and at the same time another a separate iOS developer if you are to build separate app. But with Flutter, you just need a developer to handle both Android and iOS. So I have it here that don't write plugins if there's an existing native library that does what you want, and if the library is easy to use, so you don't need to reinvent the wheel, if provided what you have is sufficient for you to handle your task. So do write plugin if you're accessing a device capability. So for instance, what are the scenarios where we write plugins or package, or you develop your own package yourself? So let's say you want to handle fingerprint, camera, GPS, and many more, NFC. So and there's no package that can serve the same function, so you build it yourself. So but thanks to the Flutter community that encourage developers to work together to develop several packages. So there are many packages that you don't need to build yourself. What you just need to do is go to pub.dev and look for the package that serve your that can do what you want to achieve. So with that, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. So I'll be talking about how do we catch data? When you are building an app that requires internet connectivity, that requires both internet connectivity, you need to have it in mind that how do you work with an app that does not have internet too? So with that, you need to be able to to catch your data. So to have you cannot just build an app that will just be blank. When there's no internet, so you should be able to retain data on your app. So when there's no internet, and when there's internet, you make API call. You undo your switch case to be able to fetch the new data and update your local database. So I have it here that you minimize the use of external libraries. So and avoid use of deprecated libraries. So whenever you see that the library is deprecated, definitely Flutter community is really Flutter community is really working to make sure that the app that the framework we are talking about is up to date and is performing the function that is meant to do. So therefore, we encourage us to use latest library, latest third-party dependencies. So whenever you have unused or duplicated libraries, so you need to remove that, to remove those libraries and add latest libraries. So we encourage uh updated third-party libraries. So you handle and display appropriate error messages where necessary. So I've said that earlier, and it's very, very important. Error handling is another topic entirely that any developer should be able to do well. So because it has a long way, you will not want a situation where your loader will just be loading and for several times without relating an exact message to your user. So they will get frustrated, and you will not want to lose your users, because our users are always right, and they should be the first um to put in mind when we are building our app. So we need to avoid unused initializer code in your app. So don't initialize an object when you know you are not going to use them. Any unused initialization code, object, should be removed from your code. So all right, so I will be talking about impact of performance profiling. So whenever you have Flutter app performance problem, so you need to consider something. So we call it build modes in Flutter. So we have the three build modes. We have debug mode, we have profile mode, and we have release mode. So I'll be talking about those three modes. So the first one is debug mode. So when you are building your app when you are still building your app, so when you have not released your app to production, or you are still working on that app, it's still on development stage. So we call it debug. Any APK, any app you generate at that stage is called debug app. So in debug mode, Flutter runs your code in a virtual machine. And when you change anything and push auto reload, so Flutter will just inject your changes to the app without recompiling it. So which means that you decide to deliver your fast changes. So you see the changes as fast as possible with the help of auto reload. So but the app sizes will be big and the performance may be minimal. So both app size and performance should not be judged. So when your app is on debug mode, especially when you are building your app, when your app is still on development. So we have another mode which we call profile mode. So when you are compiling your app in profile mode, so we assume that you want to examine your app's performance. So it is completely optimized and to provide performance as fast as it can. So profile mode cannot run on your emulator or simulator. We need to have this in mind. Whenever you want to run your app in profile mode, you run it with a real device. So as they are not optimized to do that. So profile mode is disabled for emulator and simulator. So all right, tracing is enabled in profile mode. We still talk about that tracing, so I'm still going there. So some services extension may are analyzed to perform. Analyze performance are enabled. So this is to say that tooling, support for dev tool is also enabled. So I will explain what tracing and dev tool are all about as we progress. So Flutter recommends using dev tool to analyze your app performance. So I will show you the dev tools as we move forward. So another mode is called release mode. So this release mode is what we deployed to either Play Store or App Store. So release mode designed to get your app ready for Play Store and App Store. It is designed to provide faster startup, fast execution, and minimal in use. So in release mode, compilation is optimized for fast startup, fast execution, and minimum app size. So whenever you generate a release mode app, the size is very important. You see that the size will be minimal, and that is why you will deploy to either Play Store or App Store. Still talking about how to optimize mobile app. So I will show and that will lead us to this tool that I have here. It is called Flutter Dev Tool. So Flutter has, helped us to be able to inspect to to be able to analyze and see the analytics of how our app works. So you can inspect your widget. In Flutter, there is a saying that widget is very important. So in Flutter, we have a lot of components which we call widgets, including your screen or your pages. So you can inspect each widget with Flutter Inspector. So that is inside DevTool. We have performance. Performance inside in DevTool is used to know frame time and frame time for UI and frame time for your API, how fast your API is. So you can check the CPU profiler of your app at the same time. So at the same time, you can read the memory of your app with Flutter Dev Tool. So this tool, you can even know the debugger that you are using and the network, how fast or slow your connectivity is. So what does it take to make a single API call? So you can analyze all those things with the help of DevTool. Now, and we have many other things, many other fantastic features like login, provider, and app size that you can dictate with this Flutter Dev Tool. So the last but not the least, so there is this Dev Tool in front of me too, the same tool that I talked about that Flutter um support, like provide for us to be able to know the performance of your app. So if you are looking at my screen, you will see different API calls. You will see the method that you are making, you will see the URL, you will see the status, duration, and how long it takes to make the call. Even you can, at my right side, you will see the header and the timing. So you see a lot of things that you can see the header that you are making. I mean, if you're using any interceptors and many more features like that, so you will be able to see everything clearly with this dev tool, which means you don't need external logger to be able to see all these features. So dev tool is very important, which I will encourage every one of us to imbibe and to explore, to be able to know how fast your app is even before you deploy the app to production. So with this, I think I would want to believe that every one of us um has uh, been able to depict one or two things on how to check the performance of your app. So I would like to welcome if there is any question at this stage. So thank you very much.
Sorry. Okay. Thank you, Joshua, for that. I think I have learned a lot from your session, and I believe the audience has already done that as well. I mean, they've got a lot of amazing tips from your session as well. I believe you are still, I mean, with us to take one or two questions. So if you have any questions, kindly drop it on in the comment section so that we can, take it, also discuss it, talk about it now. So before we go into the next session, the session that we just that was just concluded was about how you can actually build a mobile application. I mean, thinking of performance in mind with Flutter and how you can actually optimize your your mobile application that you built on Flutter. Regarding, I mean, either of the case. So if there is any question, we'll just take it up. Okay. If there's any question, optimizing mobile app performance using Flutter. That was the last session that we just heard now. So if you have any question, we'll be really glad to take it in the comment section and talk about it. So thank you, Joshua, for joining in today. That was a wonderful session. That was a wonderful session. It's super amazing and it's great. That was amazing. I mean, session, if you ask me. So I believe the audience has already learned a lot from your session as well. So am I audible enough? Please. Okay. Thank you. So
Hello, Joshua. Can you hear me?
Yes, clearly.
okay, I think there's some
Okay,
questions in the
that's
comment
it.
section. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. So sorry for
Okay,
the. I
great.
think there's a bit of technical issues from SK. So we have some few questions, and
Okay.
the first one is, what are the key things to highlight while building a Flutter app? So Joshua, I don't know if you can come up with something and tell us what are the key stuff to highlight while building a Flutter app. Over
Okay.
to you.
All right. So while building a Flutter app, key things to highlight. So I believe you know the first thing is know the product you want to build. So then once you know the product you want to build, you have uh you have your IDE set up, which is your studio. So you can either use Visual Studio Code or Android Studio. Then you set up your emulator. Then you do what? You start coding. So you don't need external thing at all to build Flutter app. All you just to do is um, make sure you uh, learn how to develop the app. Then have your IDE, either Android Studio or Visual Studio Code ready, then you start building the Flutter app. So, and you need Flutter SDK. It is very, very important. And everything, the good thing is everything is free. You just go online and download it and set up your IDE and you start coding. You enjoy your time. Thank you.
That's great. That's great. That's great. So that's I mean you just killed the question. I mean I love the way you answered it. I mean it's just clearly stated everything you need to know about getting started with Flutter. I think that's amazing. The next question that we have here from Adeyemi Sanusi, yes. So can Flutter DevTools be used in the Visual Studio Code too?
Yes, yes, you can use
Okay.
Flutter DevTool is for both Android Studio and Visual Studio Code. So whatever you can do on Android Studio, you can as well uh, accomplish the same thing on Visual Studio Code. Thank you.
Oh, that's great. So Adeyemi Sanusi, that is where that's you have it there. So you can actually use Flutter DevTools on Visual Studio Code and also on Android Studio too. So it's everywhere. So you are not limited to any particular. You are not tied to a particular IDE. Well, thank you, Joshua. I think that's that for optimizing your performance. I mean, optimizing your mobile application using Flutter. So thank you, Joshua. We will really love to have you. I mean, at some other time to talk to us about more. I mean, some practical things about Flutter. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much. All right.
All right. Yeah. Bye. Okay, guys. That's a very good session. I believe you guys enjoyed every bit of what the speaker mentioned about and how we can actually work with performance in time when we are building our mobile applications using Flutter. So that's it that you have there. What do you think about the Flutter app on Windows? Okay, we might have to take that further tech later. So probably, of course, in the next video, you will get, I believe you are going to get an answer to that, your question, because the next video keynote that will be displaying right now, that will be coming to your view right now, is going to talk more about the latest Flutter update, which is targeted at Windows, right? So I'm gonna play it now. So and let's just pay, I mean, 100% attention. Thank you.
Attention, all passengers. Special announcement. New destinations have been announced. Please be advised and plan accordingly. All aboard. Attention, all passengers. Special announcement. New destinations have been announced. Please be advised and plan accordingly. All aboard.
Hi everyone, I hope you're actually enjoying our section, and we apologize that we have a bit of technical issues regarding playing the keynote section. I think we're having issues connecting our audio with StreamYard, and we're trying to get fixed done. But while doing that, we have some exciting stuff on board to actually share with the whole audience. We also have the Kahoot game, which we appreciate the whole audience to actually take part in the game. We have some quite amazing stuff to share with you today. We have we have about 10 paid Flutter masterclass, and if you're excited about this, please drop your favorite emoji in the comment section, and maybe the first person to drop his favorite emoji might be the first person to actually grab this. So wherever you're joining us from, drop your favorite emoji in the comment section if you can hear me, and I'm really excited to actually give you amazing giveaways. So I'm actually going to be asking some random questions on the chat box, and we're going to be getting some winners immediately on the chat box. So that's how amazing it is. Like freebies for everybody. So if you're fast, you could call it fastest finger. And if you're not fast enough, then maybe you try again some other time. So if you're ready for my first questions, drop your favorite emoji and let's do this, guys. So my first question to you is when was, are you guys there? When was Flutter created? When was Flutter created? When was Flutter created? So first person that get this, when was Flutter created? So drop it in the chat box. Don't Google it. Don't go. I'll catch you if you Google it. No expo. When was Flutter created? When was Flutter created, guys? Okay. When was Flutter created? Nobody. One, two. Oh, okay. Or okay. So we have two people answer these questions. Congratulations. So Flutter actually is an amazing, open source development kit created by Google, and it's actually made on cross-platform platforms, on platforms ranging from mobile, iOS, Linux, Windows, Mac OS, and even Windows right now that everybody is excited about. The idea of Flutter being on Windows. Who else is not excited? Just like what I would say, somebody asked the questions ahead and was like, what's your own idea about, Flutter being on Windows? I think it's an exciting thing, everybody wants, app, you want to explore app on different platforms. So why not have an integration platform whereby it can work across all platforms? So why not have an integration platform whereby it can work across all platforms? So why not have an integration platform whereby it can work across all platforms? So why not have an integration platform whereby it can work across all platforms? So why not have an integration platform whereby it can work across all platforms? So why not have an integration platform whereby it can work across all platforms? So why not have an integration platform whereby it can work across all platforms? So why not have an integration platform whereby it can work across all platforms? So why not have an integration platform whereby it can work across all platforms? So why not have an integration platform whereby it can work across all platforms? So why not have an integration platform whereby it can work across all platforms? So why not have an integration platform whereby it can work across all platforms? So why not have an integration platform whereby it can work across all platforms? So why not have an integration platform whereby it can work across all platforms? So w enabling multi-platforms. So it's actually great to have Flutter on Windows, just like we have it on Mac OS, on Android, on iOS, on Linux, and even on Google Feature. It's actually very amazing to see that. What makes Flutter amazing is that you can build Flutter on the web from a single code base across all platforms, ranging from the iOS, the Android, the Windows, having just one single code base, which is pretty amazing for Flutter. So Flutter was actually made in 2015. That's the first to describe 2015, but was officially released in 2017. So if you said 2015, yeah, you tried, but the official release date of Flutter is 2017. So big congratulations to Fola Tech for getting this. I think it's an amazing, this opportunity to, to share this amazing moment with you guys. So please tag us, Fola Tech. Congratulations, you just won yourself a paid Flutter Masterclass course. So make sure you drop on the, on the group chat. Tag us on social media. You can send us a DM, and we'll be right here to give you your gift. Congratulations for that. So I think SK is ready back now to take on. We'll be taking you through the Kahoot section next, and we're going to still have some amazing stuff to share with you. So I'm going to bring SK back on stage to take you through the Kahoot section, and we can also, with exciting things during the Kahoot session. Kahoot is actually an existing game played in our meetups, both online and physical meetups. So I think it's cool for you to actually go through it and get this done. So sorry for the technical issues. I'll bring SK on now. So I think we're still having a bit of internet issues. It's all really across different environment. SK, can we hear you now? Can we have you?
Yes. Hello, can you hear me now? Am I audible enough?
Sure.
Okay, I don't know. Sincerely, I apologize for the technical issues. Internet is dealing with me today. Guys, you just have to accept me this way. I believe that I'll be able to improve on this. I mean, later. So, okay. So, the next thing that we'll be looking at is Kahoot session. So, I think we've been able to. Who is ready to win some more prize? I think there is a lot of things around this session that I am actually looking forward to. So just hold on a bit why I'm gonna bring it up. So I'm trying to bring it up now so that we can have another moment again to share some things together. I mean, So we are going to know maybe you were part of the speaker session. So because this Kahoot gave, speaks about everything um that the speaker had mentioned. So if you are part of it, congratulations. If not, there is another way to this. So I am getting it up, ready to play. Hold on a bit, it's coming up. Hold on, coming up right now. So let's play the game. All right, all right, it's loading up. So if you're excited, let me see your excitement in the comment section below about the game. If you're looking forward to it, let me share your excitement in the comment section. Share your excitement, share your excitement. Share it, share it. Let's see. Right, share your excitement. I want to see more excitement coming up. It's loading, it's loading. So let's continue to share our excitement about oh yes, we're back. It's about to go down now. It's about to go down now. So okay, before we go, it's going to be like the fastest finger. So to join the game because it's limited to 10 players. So that's the rule of the game. So you have to be fast to get into the game. Once it is 10, of course, you can't get into the game again. So at the clock of, count of 10, everybody, that's all for the game. So we are starting it now. We are going to release the pin. So get ready to join, loading game pin and all. So okay. So for you to be part of the game, of course, we know how it is to be, right? So just go to so just go to www.kahoot.it and enter the game pin. That's all you need to do. Waiting for players. Who's going to be the first person to join? The first person to join. We're waiting, counting. Counting. All right. Ade, the first person is Ade. Welcome, Ade. Welcome. So we have 9 more slots to go. 9 more slots to go. Fola, welcome. I'm super excited. Welcome to the game. 8 more to go. 8 more slots to go. 8 more slots to go. 8 more slots to go. Who is joining? All right, Flutter Bot is here. Flutter Bot is here. All right, Flutter Bot. 7 more to go. I have just 7 slots. 7 more slots to go. I think I'm super amazing that someone is there Flutter Bot today now. That event. That's super amazing. I want to see more. Oh, that means you're welcome down into the game. So we have more 6 people to go. Just 6 slots to go. 6 slots to go. Oh, Kola is not here again. Okay, so we are making the competition to be more slimmer so that everybody can can just win a prize. So we are going to reduce the number of the of players that will power the game to 5. So we have 2 more slots instead of 10. We are now looking at 5. So just 2 more slots to go, then we can start the game. 2 more slots to go. 2 more slots to go. 2 more slots to go. Are we ready for this? Fola is not here anymore, so just 2 more slots to go. Okay. I think we'll just get started. We'll just start the game. Let me just wait a little bit. Okay, let's just get started. So 1, 2, 3, go. All right, starting out. Out at home. All right, Flutter Festival. Welcome. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, Fola, you are caught out of this. So you get to see the options, then you pick the options, which one is the right option. All right. There's the time, there's the countdown time, and this is the number of people that answered this. So no one has answered yet. One answer. One answer. Oh God, we have just one person. So yes, Flutter is an open source UI toolkit. All right. So Flutter bots. Oh, Kola is here. Wow, great. Welcome back, Kola. Thanks for joining in. So Flutterbot is leading the okay. Let's see. The next question. Get ready. Let's see. Um, 2 and 3 answers. Oh, everybody's a winner of this. Okay. Yes, Flutter can be used to build apps that run on macOS and on Windows OS, not just mobile alone. The first alpha version of Flutter was released in Let's see. All right. Oh, everybody got this. So everybody got this. Wow. Okay. To the next. So next. Oh, Flutterbot has the highest answer streak of three. Okay. Ah, so person got this. All right. Yes, the speaker during the last session that was handled by Joshua, he mentioned the two dimensions engine. Yeah, so that's 2D mobile app. Yeah. Hmm. I'm looking forward to how many people is going to answer this. Just 1%, two, three. Okay. Wow. 3-1. All right. Let's see. So one person just got this. Flutter is not a programming language. It's actually a framework. It's not a programming language. Okay. So true of us is Flutter a SDK. Yeah. Two, three, two per person and I mean three. All right. Okay. Yeah. Flutter is actually a SDK, not a programming language. Again, not a programming language. It's actually a framework. Yeah. So let's go 7 of 10. So at the 10th question is the last. Will be the last question for the Kahoot session. So we just have more three questions to go. Three. Okay, three people got this. Yes, everything here are the advantages of Flutter. All the options. Okay, Flutterbot is open the table. Scoreboard. Hmm. Let's see who is going to take it from Flutterbot. Let's see. Maybe I took one more questions. Maybe in the last. Yeah. What are different build modes in Flutter? Uh-huh. So this is actually coming from the speaker section. All of the options. All right, that's great. Yeah, debug, profile, and release. Yeah. Oh, Flutterbot is just putting the leak. How? How? Again, one more question to go after this. All right, simple. Everybody get this. That's just the logic. All right. Okay. All right. So the last question for this Kahoot session, and then after that we get to declare the winner. 10 of 10. Here you go. Okay. Before we get to the winner, here is the last question that ends this Kahoot session. So Flutter took the third position. The second is Ade, and the Flutter both answered 8 of 10. 8 of 10. Runner up for Adame and for the fifth position, and the fourth position is Dami and Fola. Yeah. All right, so I'll bring Slick on stage to come and announce this the winner for the Kahoot session while we are rounding up the Kahoot session. Yep. Slick, join me on stage to handle this. Thank you. Your mic is muted. So.
Hi everyone. This is actually my favorite games in all meetups. Trust me, it's actually super fun and very competitive. I like the fact that you have to be sure of what you want to think when you're picking, and you have to be fast because you are both scored for being fast to answer and also getting it correctly. So yeah, and I really appreciate that that section was quite very tricky and at the same time very very intelligent. Most people are actually thought Flutter is a programming language, just like people most likely think same thing with JavaScript and all its frameworks as a programming language. So yeah, and web scripting, do you get? So same thing, Flutter is an SDK, open source SDK made by Google, and it's actually very amazing and doing amazing stuff like what programming languages is doing. Yeah, so congratulations to the top three winners. The bot is just a random bot. Bots are always very good. They are like computers, so it's actually normal for you to see bots topping this. Actually, for some humans, the funniest thing is that bots are being created by humans, and sometimes they get to be more accurate than humans. But that's perfectly fine. So we are not giving the bots the winner for this thing, this one. So we are going to give the winner to Ade. So congratulations, Ade. I need drop some emojis, drop some excitement. I want you to tweet on social media. You just won yourself. If you're part of our community at AME Sanusi, if you're part of GDG Akoko, you'll be given a t-shirt, a Google Dev t-shirt, and you will also be given a Flutter Masterclass course. And you will also be given a a JetBrains license for kickstarting or continue your development phase of Flutter. You can actually use the JetBrains IntelliJ IDE with Android Studio to start writing your Flutter. So congratulations, Ade, for winning this. And Fola too, we actually get something exciting from us. I think Fola has won a Flutter Masterclass course already. So you will also be given a JetBrains license, ID worth 500 USD. And we just need you to tweet about your excitement, this movement of excitement on Twitter. Tag us, tag the at Night Worker JS, at Mislick, at GGG Akoko, and also at Google Developers Groups on Twitter, and we'll be excited to take it up from there. You can also send us a DM, and we will be glad to share your gift and what you have won. Congratulations once again, Ade and Fola, for winning this section. So yeah, and that will build that comes to the end of the first edition of Flutter Festival hosted by the awesome GDG Akoko, Google Developers Group Akoko in Nigeria. And we're really so excited to host everybody that joined us. This is actually exciting, and we've given a lot of giveaway, and we also looking at doing amazing stuff towards the end. So this is the first edition of our Flutter Festival, and we also look forward to have you more next in our second edition, whereby we're going to have both hybrid physical event and also virtual event for the second edition of Flutter Festival. And we're so excited to be amazing experts of Flutter and to share more exciting things around Flutter, both on working with Flutter with Firebase and working Flutter with Google Cloud Platform. exciting. So congratulations once again. And okay, Fola is requesting for shirts. Okay, we're looking up to there. You prefer shirts than $500 worth price? Okay, that's okay, Fola. We'll look up to that and drop your excitement. Make sure you tweet. Make sure you tweet about this. Make sure you tag us on social media platform. So that will be all for me. Thanks for having me. My name is Steve once again, and you can reach out to me to us on social media. Over to you, SK, to finish the section. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for that. I think I'm for announcing the winner of the Kahoot game. I think that's interesting, and I really love the way the game went. Like Slick has mentioned, it's very intelligent. Some people did not know that Flutter was not. I mean, it's not actually a programming language, but just an SDK that you can actually leverage it. And now the SDK is was targeted to just UI mobile app, but today it has expanded than what we think it's going to be before, right? Which is now we can use Flutter everywhere. So I think it's super amazing. So if you've been, if you have been part of the Flutter right from the release date until date, I believe you are not in the wrong path. Basically, you are actually on the right path. So don't forget to share your feedback. Yes, it's very important to us. We want to know how well we're doing. Maybe we were able to meet your expectations and everything, and we really want to improve more. And also give us the suggestions and then rate our event as well because we really appreciate those things to ensure that we can be able to, craft out something very great. Towards those suggestions. Share your experience, please. Feel very free to share your experience on Twitter, on social media. Let the world know exactly what you've learned today. I believe I think we've come to the end of the first edition of Flutter Festival, which is Akoko. So we promise that the second edition is going to be power packed in because we will be coming with some other things where where you'll be interacting with Flutter and the Firebase and also Cloud. So doing some awesome stuff around those three platforms connected together. And I believe you guys are looking forward to it as I am looking forward to it as well. So and I think it's going to be super amazing. I can't even talk about the experience right now, but I know that the experience is going to be massive. It's going to be massive. So please watch out on our Twitter profile as we'll be sharing more updates on the second edition of Flutter Festival when it's going to be coming up. And also share your excitement, let the world know what you actually learned today. And for everyone that won prizes, one or two, congratulations, and don't forget to let us know about this excitement, how you feel about those prizes. Let's hear it on the social media. We really appreciate that. Thank you guys for joining in. And on behalf of the TDG Akoko community, the organizers, and every member of TDG Akoko, we say thank you for joining in today. See you guys in the next edition. You can reach out.
Attention, all passengers. Special announcement. New destinations have been announced. Please be advised and plan accordingly. All aboard. Attention, all passengers. Special announcement. New